Sam Zell, Am I Being Too Subtle? Straight talk from a business rebel. Delve into the life of Sam Zell, a legendary entrepreneur who turned a small real estate venture into a multi-billion-dollar empire, in Am I Being Too Subtle? Straight talk from a business rebel. The book chronicles Zell's personal journey alongside his professional one, highlighting the influence of his parents' escape from the Holocaust, his educational background, and the turning points of his career. As you read, you'll gain insights into his entrepreneurial mindset, value for creativity and transparency, and lessons learned from his varied business ventures. Settle in for a captivating exploration of hard work, risk-taking, and embracing opportunity.
The incredible journey of Sam Zell's family. Sam Zell's family escaped the Holocaust and settled in Vilnius, Lithuania, but they couldn't leave Europe without visas. They appealed to Chun Sugihara, who saved 6,000 Jews by issuing transit visas through Japan. After a 21-month journey across 4 countries, the Zells arrived in Seattle on May 18, 1941. They settled in Chicago, where Bernard used his experience in the grain business. Sam Zell, known for his straightforwardness, was born on September 28, 1941. Sam Zell's University Real Estate Ventures. Sam Zell started his real estate career in college when he and a friend managed a 15-unit student apartment. With the addition of a second building, they hired their first employee, Bob Lurie. Zell's legal education proved useful in his future real estate endeavors. He emphasized the need to focus on meaningful information in an era of excessive data. The real estate maven. In his early 20s, Zell began buying houses and converting them into apartments for students. After graduation, he moved to Chicago to practice law but found his true passion in real estate. Zell made a name for himself by targeting small, high-growth cities with low taxes and little competition. He referred so much work to his first employer that they cut his commission and he quit to be on his own. Zell's keen sense of timing led him to close the largest transaction in history just before the global real estate market collapsed. This success allowed him to become a highly successful real estate tycoon. Partnership and Meritocracy at Equity Group Investments. In 1969, Bob Lurie joined forces with Sam Zell to found Equity Group Investments, EGI. While Lurie approached investment analytically, Zell followed his intuition, and yet they complemented each other perfectly. They established EGI as an innovative company that values creative thinking and transparency. They pioneered a casual dress policy in the workplace during a time when formal attire was the norm. Today, EGI incorporates 6 flourishing companies and still operates on a merit-oriented and inclusive platform that prioritizes the employee's skills over external factors. The rise of the real estate grave dancer. In the early 1970s, Sam Zell was a pioneer in the investment strategy of buying distressed real estate. As other investors, like the REITs, followed suit, the industry grew from $1 billion to $21 billion in 3 years. Unfortunately, demand didn't meet expectations and the industry lost nearly half its value. Despite this setback, Zell's company, First Property Management Company, continued to thrive during the real estate crash of 1974. By purchasing distressed properties in prime locations for below replacement cost, Zell was able to increase rent and make 3% returns as soon as the deals closed. Zell's success inspired him to write an article for Real Estate Review entitled The Grave Dancer, where he humorously mentioned raising the dead to revive distressed properties. Zell's enthusiasm for the deal-making game never waned, but he diversified his investments into low-tech manufacturing and agricultural chemicals during the 1980s. Maximizing tax benefits. Zell and Lurie adopted a new strategy by leveraging the Economic Recovery Tax Act to buy weaker industries with net operating loss carryforwards. Their plan was to add profitable business subsidiaries to reduce their tax burden and maximize their assets' value. They purchased Great American Management and Investment Corporation and ITL, a real estate conglomerate in bankruptcy, and eventually sold the equity office for $39 billion in 2007. Zell believed that real estate reflects the nation's pulse and is more than just inanimate buildings. Overcoming loss and adversity. After losing his friend and partner to cancer, Sam Zell persevered through a recession and financial struggles with Equity Office. He learned about IPOs and led the company to success. Zell also dealt with personal struggles, including drifting apart from his wife and ultimately getting divorced. Despite these challenges, he remained focused on producing results and has now shifted to philanthropy with his third wife. Sam Zell faced a difficult time when his friend and partner, Bob Lurie, passed away from colon cancer. However, he persevered through the tough times that followed. He continued business as usual until Lurie urged him to understand that his death was imminent. Zell's first IPO with Vigoro helped Equity Office make money during a recession, despite struggling to make payroll. Apart from dealing with financial struggles, Zell also faced challenges in his personal life. After adopting a daughter with his wife, Sharon, tension between them began to grow, leading to their eventual divorce. Despite this, Zell remained productive and focused on results by embracing his company's meritocracy principle. Zell has now remarried and shifted his focus to extensive philanthropy with his third wife, Helen Fatim Zell. Through his story, Zell reminds readers that even in the face of loss and adversity, with the right mindset, it is possible to overcome challenges and succeed. Zell's failed Tribune purchase. Zell's misadventures with the Tribune Company highlight the struggles of traditional media companies amidst the Great Recession. In the late 2000s, the Tribune Company, which owns newspapers like the Chicago Tribune, the Los Angeles Times, and the Baltimore Sun, as well as TV stations and the Food Network, faced declining revenue due to the Great Recession. Enter Sam Zell, who offered an employee stock ownership plan, ESOP, that the Tribune board eventually accepted in an $8.2 billion deal. However, Zell was ill-prepared for the media business and his leadership proved to be problematic. To cope with declining advertising revenue, the Tribune Company implemented the 50-50 rule by dividing content and ads equally, much to the dismay of the newsroom. The company also reduced printing costs by shrinking the size of the newspaper. Meanwhile, Zell struggled to consolidate the business and deal with resistance from writers and editors. Ultimately, the company had to sell off its Long Island paper in order to stay afloat. Despite these efforts, the Tribune Company was still unable to generate enough revenue and was forced to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2008. Zell's failure to enact effective strategies and understand the insular world of media underscores the challenges that traditional media companies faced during the Great Recession. The master opportunist, Sam Zell's Equity Office sale. In 2007, Sam Zell sold his real estate company, Equity Office, for $39 billion in the largest sale to date in the U.S. Zell spent a decade acquiring over 500 premier office buildings and built Equity Group Investments on his creative corporate culture and risk-taking. He wanted a higher IPO for the company. The largest bid came from Vornado Realty, but Blackstone Group won after a bidding war, offering $55.50 a share for $39 billion worth of assets.
In the end, Am I Being Too Subtle? Provides a captivating glimpse into the experiences and business philosophies that shaped Sam Zell's remarkable journey. From his parents' Holocaust escape and his various ventures in real estate, to becoming an influential figure in the world of mergers and acquisitions, Zell's story illustrates the importance of tenacity, adaptability, and embracing opportunities. By cultivating a culture of creativity and transparency within his organizations, he was able to achieve great success in multiple industries. As the book comes to a close, readers should leave with a deeper understanding of the resilience and innovation that drove Zell to become an iconic business rebel.